And you'll see I'm more than meets the eye. You think that you'll break me, you're gonna find in time you're standing too close to a flame that's burned. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, Deie, Disney, DACAT, Definity update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashie. Hello, Dashie. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. We got a couple of good things over here. Nope, get out of that. Get out of that. What should I go? It's been a while. Well, I shouldn't say that. It hasn't. I was just live last night with Ben, and then live the night before. But we're gonna have to go back a couple days here because even on Wednesday, I didn't get through most of the Wednesday news. I got up through Tuesday. I have to go through yesterday's, today's. We'll start off with Deie. Guys, this is going to be like a 2-hour show, so apologies in advance. Deie Digital partners with global financial institutions to build the world's first instant settlement non-custodial exchange. This is on Pi Day, March 14th. 2025, Deie Digital is proud to announce the groundbreaking partnership with one of the world's most respected financial institutions to launch the Deie Exchange, the first ever instant settlement non-custodial digital asset exchange developed to meet institutional standards. This partnership, signed in late 2024, marks an unprecedented integration of high-speed, low-cost, mathematically instantaneous settlement T+0 at the institutional level, something that has never been previously achieved. Deie Exchange will remove the need for middlemen and eliminate counterparty risk altogether using its contingent transaction set invention, or CTS. This agreement represents the single most important milestone that we have hit since we started working in the blockchain space 8 years ago, said Tom Anderson, who is the founder and chief strategy officer at Deie Exchange and CEO of Debbio Inc. He goes on to say that the relationship gives us an enormous amount of credibility with all of our current and future partners, and it is the type of deal that can make a company. As importantly, though, I feel that it represents a singular technical advancement that will become the new gold standard in digital asset exchanges. This is the first time that one of the world's leading traditional financial platforms is being integrated with the blockchain to create an exchange where orders are guaranteed to settle, and when they match, settlement happens instantly. That is a game changer. And how big of a game changer is it? Just off this announcement, without naming the partner, they're up 26% on the day. They didn't even name the partner. Guarantee you everyone knows it though. They'll tell us when they tell us. Are they going to tell us at, I think they're going to be at Paris blockchain. Are they going to tell us before then? Are they going to tell us when the Deie Exchange launches? I have no idea. It could be in 6 weeks, could be in 6 months, it could be even longer. We have no idea. But it's a new era for TradFi and digital asset trading. For years, a majority of the world's traditional finance, institutions have struggled to enter the digital asset space due to custody risks, counterparty risks, regulatory uncertainty, etc. The collapse of major custodial exchanges like FTX also revealed the urgent need for a truly secure, transparent, and compliant trading platform. By combining DevEx blockchain technology with the market expertise and infrastructure of a world-leading financial institution, Deie Exchange aims to redefine the way assets are traded. Now, for the first time ever, financial institutions and their customers can interact with digital assets in a way that is fully secure, compliant, and risk-free from counterparty failures. Most problems that plague the crypto space create unacceptable risks for TradFi companies. The loss of private keys, custody of assets held by unregulated middlemen, theft of assets without any type of recourse, lack of regulatory-approved privacy solutions, and solutions that do not scale in cost or throughput, all prevent TradFi companies from holding and exchanging assets for themselves or their customers. Deie Exchange solves all of those problems. Now, for the first time, we check all the boxes that traditional finance companies require, explained Ray Quintana, who is the CEO of Deie Digital. He's a cool guy. And we're creating not only the most cost-effective and scalable digital asset exchange, but also the most secure and trustworthy digital asset exchange. Combination of our technology and all of its on-chain protections with a globally trusted platform means that many large financial institutions and their customers can access crypto for the first time. Is that a lightning bolt? There was a giant noise in here. Let me comment down below if y'all heard that. Anyway, the technology powering the Deie Exchange. At the heart of the Devi exchange is a next-generation blockchain infrastructure that delivers unmatched speed, security, and compliance. The exchange's unique contingent transaction sets, or CTS technology, enables transactions to be grouped together and validated at the same mathematical instant, guaranteeing settlement without counterparty risk. In addition, the exchange is fully non-custodial, meaning the assets remain under the user's control at all times. This eliminates the risk that led to the downfall of the centralized exchanges like FTX, Mt. Gox, and others, and opens the door for traditional banks and financial institutions to finally engage with digital assets without exposing themselves to unacceptable liabilities. There are non-custodial institutional exchanges, mathematically instantaneous settlements, strict regulatory compliance, fraud, theft, and loss protection, cost-effective trading, regulated bailment partners, and Devi integration. Now, there's a launch timeline and partner reveal. Pending regulatory approvals, Devi Digital Global Financial Institution Partner is expected to be revealed in an upcoming joint announcement that will offer additional insights into Devi Exchange's technological innovation. We're not 100% sure when this is. I would say it's sooner rather than later. I'd say we get it first half of this year. And they go in about Devi Digital. That's pretty much all you guys need to know about that. Again, it had just on this announcement where they don't even name their partner, up 26% on the day. They did it with 1 million in volume. They did it with 1 million in volume. That is crazy low. That means a lot of people that had the announcement, they're just not selling. I mean, granted, this was up to like $1.80 a couple months back. So if you bought up there or even at like $1 or whatever, you're probably not going to sell down here anyway. This made it down to like 50 something cents, like 54 cents in the last week. We've had just an absolute horrendous week for crypto, or horrendous couple of months for crypto. Stock market did much better today. It added like 1.3 trillion back to the stock market, so they're cool with that. Before I move on here, let me go over to the YouTube, and on the YouTube, I'm going to get you guys. Oh, no, that's not it. Home. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to go and ask y'all to smash that like button. It's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smash the super thanks button down below, super chats as well. I don't know why that happens, where my tablet shuts off. Let's try Definity here real quick before we move on to other stuff, because there's a lot to go over, especially for Omi. Definity down about 0.7% on the day. They had 3,100 in volume, very, very low. 1.6 cents. So again, it's very, very cheap, I think, especially for what it's doing. We went over Devi. Let's do DACAT real quick before we go over. I'll get more Definity next month, but again, right now, most everything's going to Devi with a little bit to Omi. That's just what I'm doing right now. And then every now and then, I'll do a super, super small buy order for DACAT. I'd put like a lot of money into DACAT like a while ago. It was like several $1,000s. And through the last couple of weeks or almost month, I almost doubled the position, and I put in like $600. So yeah, obviously that like 7 or 8 grand that I had, whatever it is, worth not a lot. So able to double that position again, but just by putting in like $500-600. I'll do this for especially when Devi goes up. Obviously, most of that's going to go. The profits are going to go into Omi and then Definity, but a little bit into DACAT. So that's what I plan to do. We had a good day on the comic. The last couple of days, at least the second comic anyway. The first one, again, it's all written. The first 28 pages are edited. We just need to re-edit some of the last 20 pages, and then just draw it. So we're just waiting on a couple stuff. We'll keep y'all posted. Ben did say yesterday or the day before that the comic book curator program might be out by or during summer. That is possible. So that's anywhere between June 21st, September 22nd. Take your pick, anywhere in between there. It's possible you get it out beforehand, but let's say June, July, give or take. If even at June 21st, DACAT will be ready to launch on there when they deploy that. But again, that's yeah. Shout out to you, DACAT. Suffer off DACAT. Saying DACAT in the house. First, let's go VeVe. Oh yeah, let's go. We've had some really good. So speaking of VeVe, we've had some really good stuff for it over the last couple of weeks. You had obviously VeVeverse. People continuously surprise me every single day with what they're building. How has Omi been treated from it? People within the VeVe ecosystem that already have Omi, they're excited for VeVe. Most people are excited for VeVeverse. There are some people that are just like, listen, it looks great. It's just really hard to build. Obviously, that'll get more updates, probably once per quarter. The VeVeverse will get updated with certain things, making it faster, making it easier to build on. The mobile version of the VeVeverse is supposed to come out in like 2 weeks. So hats off to Ben for being able to get that pulled off. He's got a, but again, like after the launch of VeVeverse, like the price went down. Now, granted, that's because the overall market just took a giant dump. But still, like the pump we got from it, it was very, very small. Which again, obviously the market will pump at some point. We don't know when. It's been very, very volatile and trending downwards for the last couple of months. So what do we do there? I mean, now it looks like we're kind of pegged to the stock market. Anytime the stock market has a bad day, crypto has a bad day. Anytime the stock market has a good day, crypto has a good day. It's in traditional finance now. Will that continue? We're not 100% sure. Yo, what up, zombie? How's it going, fam? Meow, meow, meow. But yeah, up 2.5 or 2.2% on the day. 0.0026. 2 million in volume, so not a ton, but you know, Deie had 1 million. It was up 26%. I think if you see a Comey at like 4 or 5 million in volume, it could also be up 26%, if not more. A Comey sitting at a $70 million market cap, so close to 69. Deie, I do not believe is that high. It is 63 million, so it's close. It's close. Good for them. What's up, Ma Mashishi? How's it going? Meow, meow. Walrus King says, yo, Randy and crew. Howdy, howdy. Omar saying, good evening. Good evening, Omar. But speaking of Omi, we have a couple of things to go over here from Foster Hill. That boy earned his paycheck the last 24 hours. Let me tell you. We have somebody over on X saying the lack of respect and communication from VeVe and Omi about the Omi token is criminal. Taking everyone's money, promising everything, and then pretending like they never made any promises. This dude is straight up lying. But anyway, continuing on, he says, having zero urgency after 4 years is appalling. All it needs is for one big exchange and everyone is happy. False. If you get a big exchange, which again, BitGet, fairly big exchange, nobody was buying. Who's to say that if you get, again, if we were able to get Coinbase or Binance right now, especially Binance, like if there's a button that says like, hey, there's a button on this guy's head, push it and you get listed on Binance, I would not push that because Binance, after you get listed on there, one, they have very predatory practices, and two, Binance US, which is what a lot of people want, they want an easy way to buy it in the US, has very low volume, and after you go on and list on there, one, again, they want a ton of product, they want a ton of money, and there's no guarantee that they don't dump on you. Most projects that list on there, they're down like 80%, like months after. Definitely don't want that for Omi. But then even on Coinbase, where it's a much fairer, easier way to get on. Again, we've had this before. Like we're on OKX, one of the biggest exchanges in the world, and there's like no volume. Yeah, it's 2 million, but for like forever we were at like 500,000, 250,000. Now suddenly we have a couple million in volume and the price isn't moving. I don't think that's real volume. So if you go and get on an exchange, that doesn't guarantee that people buy it. If you really want to buy if you're in Web3 or if you're in this at all and you want to buy the token, there are ways to do it, especially now on Stackr, much easier. Anyway, I think what this person really means is that all we needed is one big exchange, then the price can go up and then everyone is happy. He's missing that really big moment of the price go up. And that's what most of these complaints are predicated against, is that the price of, like, everyone's bags are down. And they just say, well, if we just did this, then it'd be fine. If it were that simple, I guarantee you they would have done it, but it is not. So it continues on to say, just with my personal contacts, I could get the coin listed for them in a few weeks on major exchanges. Okay, doubt, but okay. All right, let's keep going. They have to actively be not trying to. They have to actively be trying to screw us at this point to not have a single exchange. Pathetic. If there are legal reasons for the delay or abandonment, then they should at least be transparent and speak up regularly. As a business owner, I can't imagine abandoning my original supporters like this. Shows people's character. Will OMI ever be on an exchange like Coinbase or Binance? Thoughts? So Foster Hill goes off and says, hey man, feel free to DM me with the info to your personal contacts. Happy to take it in and pass it along. Then you have somebody, I'm pretty sure I blocked this person years ago, saying this reply says so much in the lack of leadership and urgency for the token. So I won't give my response, I'll give Foster's, where it says, utilizing community resources to further aid in improving accessibility, which benefits everyone, shows a lack of leadership and urgency, question mark. You don't want silence, but responding shows that we don't care. Not sure what I can do for you at this point. I have somebody else saying, all we want is communication directly from David on what is the progress on the OMI token. Just saying that we will improve is not enough. We want to know what the vision to get OMI into tens of thousands / millions of users instead of 10 users. Foster says, fair. And that had been expressed initially, I could have certainly gotten behind it. Talking about that he wants communication specifically from David. Says, I would like nothing more than David to directly speak on the token more. But the reality is that he is extremely busy building. Doesn't mean it won't happen. But this is why I answer questions and represent the company as it comes to development with its own token. So let's pretend this guy gets what he wanted and David spends the majority of his day talking about the token. Every minute you pull David away from doing something that's going to benefit VeVe and the token to talk about the token, it's a detriment to the project. People are like, hey, why don't you get David on? Talk about OMI. If he wants to come on, if he, in his very little free time, if he wants to come on and hang out for half hour, 45 minutes, sure, we could do that. But I'm never going to ask him like, hey, David, I know you're getting like 3 hours of sleep a night. Can you, just, fuck all that because the community wants to get it. And I get it as part of his job as CEO, it probably should happen once in a while. But again, why go and do that when you could just have Foster do that, where Foster, everyone knows I love him. We shared a bed at New York Comic Con a few years back. Love this man. David can command and David doesn't take a salary, but David's time is worth more to VeVe and the OMI token than Foster's is. So instead of David going on and talking about the token once a week or whatever it is, he goes in and he works, and that's what they hired Foster for, as the OMI community manager. So this is something where, again, if you want to take him away from doing important stuff to just say like, hey guys, OMI's, we're working on OMI. Sure, he could do that if you wanted, but again, that's not ideal. Where was I here? Foster continues on to say, if you believe in VeVe, then you already have the answer on how OMI will get into the thousands and millions of users' hands. The adoption of the VeVeverse and the integration of OMI to NFT ensure that OMI is integral to the VeVe ecosystem. If VeVe and the VeVeverse take off, users will want to take advantage of the daily and seasonal rewards, reduce cash out fees, to name a few benefits as to why the users would want to use and have OMI. There will, of course, be more reasons over time as we continually work to improve utility and accessibility for the token. But the token already has more utility than 99.9% of crypto and will only improve further from here. You have an update from Wes, who is he's a person, saying, when will there be an update from Akomi about OMI? I'm tired of being left in the dark. Foster says, listen, guy, it's been 8 days since our last article came out. It outlines self-custody rewards, reasons for moving, and the commitment to rewards, and indicates that the release of OMI to NFT is on the horizon, amongst other things. Information and updates are being regularly provided as part of the ongoing commitment, and will work to improve it further accordingly. Foster is much nicer than I am. You have somebody else asking, Foster, what about listing on a tier 1 exchange? Foster says, as I've indicated previously, listing on exchanges is absolutely a priority. We are aware that many in the community, including our largest user base, is extremely limited as to where they can acquire the token. Accessibility is encompassed by fiat onboarding, centralized exchange listings, and decentralized exchange offerings, all of which have seen progress or are being worked on to benefit the community. Let's go to a couple more comments here. It's been 20 minutes. Walrus King, thanks for being a member, says hello, Randy and crew. Omar says good evening. Good evening, Omar. How's it going? Meow, meow, meow. Saffron the Cat says the cat link tree is seriously a place you need to visit. Gotta love it. We'll have a lot more users there shortly. Potsy Weber's 50 million. Let's go. Get that bread, Potsy Weber, my man. Do you ever feel like a misfit? Sorry. Chuck and Hank saying, great interview with Ben. Oh, why thank you. Why thank you. We try. If somebody else responding, OMI to NFT and accessibility have been a priority since 2024. If we're not going to get exchanges, then why tease us? Foster says, at no point were the priorities listed in 2024 stated to be fully completed by year's end. The info was provided due to the recognition that the community was being left in the dark and for the overarching priorities that the company was working on. OMI was listed on MEXC and BitGet in 2024, and further exchanges remain a priority as communicated. If they weren't going to happen, then I wouldn't say they were a priority. You've requested more open and transparent communication, even going so far as to tag Omi daily for a month to that effect, but are now accusing me of teasing the community for communicating info which has been requested. I fully understand the frustration for the speed at which features and utilities are delivered, and I share in it, but to demand info and then make accusations as a result is pretty disappointing. We have been building for 2+ years in a bear market, which saw almost every competitor close up shop or disappear, and have a token which has more than 99% of all other, more utility than 99.9% of all other crypto in the space. We are going to continue to build and deliver, and the results will speak for themselves. Again, people wanted bigger exchanges. We get on BitGet, and then the community doesn't buy. I wonder why. Why else would BitGet go in and lose that exchange? So again, this is why I would not recommend going on a big exchange right now. VeVe is a great step. I think when Stackr rolling out, that'll be a great step. Speaking of which, Stackr has some news. Somebody who was blocked long ago because of lying and any type of slander that they could obviously sue them for if they wanted. He goes on and says, unfortunately, somebody was talking about, I forget who it was, but somebody was talking about selling some of their sub 100 golden moments, and Stackr is just like, good luck with selling it. And then this person says, unfortunately, you can't buy it with OMI, talking about the golden moments, saying that Disney will never allow this. And it's a shame because Stackr is a great trading platform with a lot of data. So again, this person, as a matter of fact, is saying that Disney will never allow this. And then Stackr going on saying, would you like to have a wager on that? In my opinion, this means that Disney has pretty much all but confirmed that they will be allowing their products to be bought and sold with OMI. Does that mean that they go on and release it right away when Stackr rolls out in the next couple months? I don't know. I would still say probably. I'd still say they'd probably lead with just Marvel, see how that does, and then they go out later. But this pretty much tells us that Disney has all but signed and all but done everything regarding that, saying they're okay with it being bought with crypto, especially OMI. Obviously, this other dude that says that Disney will never allow this clearly doesn't know what they're talking about and is trying to slander the company for whatever reason. Anyway, let me go back to the Foster stuff. Oh, where was I? Okay. You have somebody else saying big exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, Kraken have been requested since 2021 and still nothing. It's 2025 now. Foster, may I ask for a simple answer to this question as of why? Foster says, I wish that requesting something was the only requirement to make things happen. If that were the case, my job would be very simple. The reality is that there are a plethora of factors that go into exchange listings that range from regulatory environments and clarity, volume, community sentiment, market trends, project delivery, and about a dozen other things that he didn't go into. We continue to deliver, improve, and get clarity on many of these factors that impact our ability to improve accessibility for users. Oh, hey, Jay. Sorry, it's a friend of mine. Just great interview. Thank you. Thank you. Truck and Hank said, oh, Planet Vampires is Truck and Hank. Agreed. Meow, meow, meow. Connor, how's it going? Jason Zorda saying good things to come. I see VeVe Digital Collectibles has Ben and David and Dan and should be a good one to watch. You did a great job interviewing Ben. Why, thank you. I try. Yeah, so listen, guys, I don't know what I did with my seed phrase for pi, which granted, out of the 50,000 pi that I should have, like nobody in my network KYC'd, so I only have access to like 900 of it. That being said, I do not have I don't think I have the seed phrase anymore. So even if it was like, even if it was 1,000, okay, if it's $1.50 at 1,500, it's not really a big deal. But yeah, if everyone in my KYC or in my network would have KYC'd, I'd have $75,000, and that'd be nice. But unfortunately, that just didn't happen, and most people had that not happen as well. On top of 11, damn, yeah, that pie went crazy. Crazy, have I told you lately? Sorry. Where was I? All right, we have somebody saying, thank you for your answer. I do understand that there are many factors to deal with, and it would be easy to accept if there were only tokens such as Cardano, Solana, etc. But there are so many new and unknown tokens that every day that get listed on these exchanges. Why not OMI? Foster says a lot of factors go into this as well. Exchanges make money from trading fees. A hyped up meme coin backed by big industry key opinion leaders can see 10 figures in 24-hour trading volume, and oftentimes exchanges are given a large percent of these tokens as part of the listing where they make money. Established tokens are also getting listed regularly, but just giving you some insight as to why you often see a token created 24 hours prior getting listed on a major exchange. There have been over 36 million cryptocurrencies made in the last dozen years, and the vast majority have been made in the last 3. For every crypto that is successful out there, there are several thousand that do absolutely nothing or rug or disappear entirely. We are here for the long term and will still be building when the dust settles on meme mania. Again, we had 2 million in volume today. If we were to get 50, 80 million in volume, I guarantee you everyone would go on and buy us. I guarantee you everyone would go on and list us. But unfortunately, it's not the reality right now. I do think you are going to have to wait for that narrative to come back. That's why most of my new money is going to go into the Deie. If somebody else saying, I guess people want something to be excited about rather than the same things, maybe something simple. Will there be a reason for bronze tickets other than trading them for MCP? Also says, I never said anything new came in the information provided, just that there was an update. That being said, self-custody rewards of Stackr is new to the vast majority of the community who are either unaware of it or did not understand why it was being completed, which is one of the goals the article seemed to answer. We have ongoing commitments to utility and accessibility for previous times we have indicated would be delivered, and keeping the community apprised of the status of these is important. There's also a good chunk of the community that does not follow the project as closely as you, and things like additional IPs and brands to OMI to NFT is something that I read comments from every single day from some who believe it'll never happen. I personally believe that OMI to NFT being on the horizon is something to be extremely excited about, especially with the new licenses that we're looking to do. With the release of VeVeverse and the joy the community is having in creating content, having multiple ways to access some of their favorite IP brands, IP with crypto will open doors to Web3 community, which has not had this access to date. As for the simple part, yes, there will be more to do with bronze tickets and trading them for additional MCP. That being said, the main priority is on the full rollout of OMI to NFT, which will serve as a foundation for all the future utilities to come. Hopefully you find a way to get that excitement back one way or another, because there are certainly exciting times ahead and the future is bright. This guy continues on, going on saying, if I may, and feel free to ignore, perhaps only release an article if there is fresh news to share. Web3 folks always had access and chose not to. VeVeverse is cool, but too time consuming for now. I love what people have built. Looking forward to an article for bronze tickets use case. And Foster says, for sure, the immutable X to base bridge was new info and signaled the shift to a self-custody model of rewards while allowing users to move their tokens using one click and with sponsored gas fees. It also represents one of the last pieces before a larger OMI to NFT rollout. People ask for more communication and transparency, but then the info we release isn't relevant or exciting for them or what they were hoping would be communicated. All good things in time, but you can't have it both ways. End of the day, info is always better than no info, and each release is another step in the right direction. Dan Foster is so freaking patient, again, earning his paycheck. Stephen Duarte says, hitting level 100 tonight on my 4-year VeVe birthday is a crazy coincidence. Crazy. Have I told you? Didn't know I'll get VeVeverse Premium for free because of hitting. Yes, you will. For life. For life. My man. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Yeah, somebody's saying, I don't think I'm being pithy or mean-spirited. Sorry you're taking it that way. A Comey account made a statement. I think it's fair to have an expectation they will share what's happening. I never said they aren't doing anything, but obviously there's more questions than answers. Foster says, I think it's fair to have an expectation, but it's also important to be realistic about what that is. Commitment to communication and transparency is for all of 2025 and beyond. It does not mean that every 24 hours you're going to get an update about what's happening. With the recent comms that have been put out, I absolutely believe we have been more transparent on what's going on, what's gotten us here, and where we're going. And we will continue to work with these things in mind. Most major companies release a quarterly update about their development at best. I think we outfar-do this, and while delivery may take longer than we would like, what we have delivered paints a clear path forward for what's to come. You're always welcome to ask questions, and we will absolutely answer them where we can. But as with all things, there is a balance, and because we plan to share more, doesn't mean we put every single card on the table. It's just not how good business should operate or works. Mr. MC1 says, Foster has discussed things directly and in depth, good and not so good. Foster says, it's important to be able to take objective look at it where things stand and where we are planning to go from here. Can't please everyone, but we will keep building and delivering as we have for the past 2 years. It isn't always pretty or perfect, but we will get there. Somebody says, commitment to communication and transparency. I left both Secret Rare, Omi Discord, and Telegram groups, so maybe it's there. Are we allowed to talk about the OMI token in either of those groups yet or not? This was kind of a snide remark, and I really don't like it. And even Foster says, pretty disingenuous comment here, mate. The only directive we ever gave on Discord was that we wouldn't permit price discussions, and we explained multiple times at length the reasons for it. Feel free to read any of my dozen or so responses today on socials for transparency. Somebody says, always respected you and still do, but the community deserves more than this. If there is something bigger in the works, just say so. The building in silence narrative can only go so far. Foster says, appreciate that. While I wish I was in a position to communicate all of the things that are being worked on all of the time, the reality is that we are in a competitive space, and putting all your cards on the table with the ever-evolving regulations and changing environments is not always feasible. I feel like I've done a pretty good job of dropping hints at times to my own personal detriment, and I've even gone so far as to be explicitly clear about certain features and priorities, as well as my own personal beliefs about where we are headed. As I previously indicated, OMI to NFT is the foundation for all the future utilities for the token, and while I can't always be more specific about what that looks like, OMI has objectively more utility than 99.9% of crypto in the space, and is only going to grow more vital in the future. The writing is very clearly on the wall, and progress has and will continue to be had when it comes to making the OMI token integral in the VeVe ecosystem and beyond. Somebody says, Foster, I love you, but people want more. I'll ask you one question. Why so much frustration? When you will ask yourself this question, maybe it will be better. No offense. I love your work. Foster says, in my opinion, 90% of the criticism at this point is solely predicated on the price of the token and has little to nothing to do with the actual progress and developments being made. This is absolutely not to say that progress isn't slower than many, including myself, would like. But if I was reading that, I could now self-custody my crypto while earning rewards and shortly be able to buy a host of IPs and brands with crypto to use in the VeVeverse while exposing the project to new users. I'd be pretty excited, as I am right now. It is a matter of perspective, and I don't spend my days staring at a chart, so I don't worry about it. We've been building for 2+ years in a bear market and haven't gone anywhere. Going to keep building and delivering, and people will continue to see the results. Thoughts about that? A guy named Sona VeVe says that he will buy 5K worth of OMI before the end of the month with receipts. Yeah, that was a lot that we had spoken on OMI. I do have to go back here to Tuesday. Okay. How do you buy OMI these days? Depends where you are in the world. If you're in Europe, you could do OKX. You probably do OKX over in the US as well. If you're in Canada or Mexico, you can use MEXC, Ascendex. If you're in the US, you just take some Ethereum, put it on your Coinbase wallet, and then you swap it for a Komi. Simple as that. Versus great interview, Randy. My head. That Stackr post about Disney got me real excited for the future. OMI to NFT. Yep. That's why I went over it. Preach. Yeah. Where was I here? We got to go back to Tuesday, right? Got an award that day, First Amendment, Paul stuff. Talk about Venn saying 1 year in and VeVe Comics is redefining comic collecting. A year ago, actually today, David Yu, Dan Crothers, and VeVe official teams set out to revolutionize how fans collect, read, and engage with comics in the digital world, enabling readers to enjoy a growing range of premium comics on screen through AR and in the VeVeverse. We've been pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and we're just getting started. We'll be growing the publishers and styles available, introducing Comic Curator to empower creators, and bringing new innovations that make collecting and reading more interactive than ever. Happy birthday. I guess we got something from Tom Anderson saying, for reference, we are far along in the social gamified design where people can join our community and go through simple steps to learn things in a very simple way. These types of things I've been describing, we're coming out with and announcing are within a 45 days type of time frame. Not talking about releasing news on partnerships, but I am talking about putting things in place foundational for our growth and understanding of what we're doing. I also want to thank you for your continued support, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I'm not going over that. Doesn't hurt. Ben saying that the Comic Curator program could come before summer, which is nuts. DeLorean Labs, I'll go over at another point when they're doing a launch of something. I'll keep you posted. UK comics, I don't think anyone really cares about that. Bank of Russia is going to allow limited crypto purchases for investors. Very nice. US inflation falls to 2.8%, lower than expectations. Also very nice. Maybe it was on Wednesday that I had to. Rumble bought 188 Bitcoin worth $17.1 million. Bitcoin's to be treated differently from altcoins in the US crypto reserve, says Howard Lutnick. Coinbase eyes tokenized securities as crypto regulations shift under the Trump administration. Bitcoin open interest hits the lowest level since August. Mt. Gox moved over $1 billion worth of Bitcoin to unmarked address. And Japan's ruling party proposes capping crypto tax at 20%, matching stocks. Senator Lomas reintroduces bill to create Trump's planned strategic Bitcoin reserve. South Korea prepares to unlock institutional crypto investment with new guidelines due in Q3. US CPI 2.8% year over year, estimations 2.9%. US core CPI of 3.1% year over year, estimation 3.2%. In 2024, public corporations purchased twice as much Bitcoin as all the prior years combined. These 70 plus companies now own a combined $52 billion worth of Bitcoin, or 3% of the total supply. Deie had done a Deie roundup. When was that? That Deie roundup was on Wednesday, 4 p.m. UTC. I went over that, some Deie news in the beginning. That's fine. Ow, mother flapper. Sorry. Sergio Rodriguez posts, hey everyone, I've noticed some people trying to spread negativity even after VeVe successfully delivered on the VeVeverse. Just a friendly reminder that their frustration has little to do with VeVe itself, and they're just upset that their investments didn't 10x after overextending in the bull market. In reality, many of their losses likely came from gambling on meme coins that rugged, but since those projects disappeared, they have nowhere else to direct their anger. True collectors who believe in the vision that David and Dan set out when launching the world's leading digital collectible platform, we recognize that the dedication and effort it takes to build something groundbreaking. It's amazing to be on this journey with all of you. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney ready to meet with US President Trump discussing ending the tariff war. Very nice. VeVe Magic hosted Chad from NFT Pirates the other day. saying VeVe airdrops the winners, the prize to the winner from their held back collectibles, the same as they do with all other giveaways that they do. So it's not transfer from anyone's collection. They're not doing transfers. They're just doing airdrops. I was supposed to bring this up on Space today, but I didn't. There was a space today called Our NFT's Dead. I got to speak in it for a little bit, hosted by this guy named Bowser. Not Bowser. I'll show you the name real quick. BAWSA, J Bowser. 28,000 followers. Pretty cool guy. He's coming on the podcast soon. We were talking just about NFTs in general, and obviously I mentioned VeVe. Obviously I mentioned all the partnerships that they have, their whole thing with VeVe Comics, how it's incredible. What I did not mention though was some of the people in the top 500. Like you have Harris Ryan for the second week in a row is in the top 3 sellers. Sold 73 collectibles. G 555 1212 sold 120 collectibles, so that's 193 between the both of them. And then Dodo 83 sold a massive 369. 72 is this 462. I'm sorry, 562 between all 3 of them. Now all 3 of them had a combined total of 562 collectibles that they sold. Writ Small by the 3rd top buyer, MacRoot 0 had purchased 585 collectibles, Expert 44 bought 597, and Dr. Fuse had purchased 1,528, bringing him over 40,000 collectibles, which is nuts. And Bezojman, who has, again, kind of awoken here, has purchased 502 collectibles. Bananas. U.S. mortgage rates dropped for the 6th consecutive week to the lowest level since December of 2024. I actually am not going to need to go for more than like an hour here. It shouldn't be that bad. For sure, need more brands on Stackr. 100%. 100%. Especially after the OMI migration. I'm itching to buy a couple of pieces I'm missing. Same here. Same here. President Trump says he plans to lower taxes if Democrats behave. It's wild. Trump says, I think the markets are going to soar. And this was yesterday at, yeah, it's the 12th. Actually, this is the 12th. Why am I reading something from the 12th? All right. What? Oh, yeah, I guess it's, yeah, it's Friday, right? There's a meme. It's contest. But show her this text. There's a buddy of mine that is getting close to 6 figures. I'm going to put her in 80% Deie, 20% Omi. Hopefully in the next month or so. We'll see. I'll keep you all posted. Enter the Council of Doom. Dynamite Comics Space Ghost number 11. Oh, I actually want to read that. I want to read the Space Ghost stuff that Dynamite Comics has over on VeVe. I haven't yet, but I want to. So I learned about, well, obviously everybody knows, or at least has heard of Garbage Pail Kids and Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks was like one of the greatest movies in the 90s. There's like everybody famous in that movie. I don't know why that keeps happening. Sorry. Netflix has a marketing issue where they have a budget, but because they're operating in like hundreds of billions of debt, their budget is for marketing is fairly small, especially considering all of the stuff that they have coming out on a like weekly and monthly basis. So what Netflix does is it focuses on its major IPs, and the marketing budget goes to Stranger Things, it goes to Squid Game, it goes to, I don't know, like BoJack Horseman and Cobra Kai, although BoJack Horseman and Cobra Kai are over now. It focuses its budget on those things. And there are many things that Netflix puts out that are really good, but they don't get any advertising budget, and nobody ever knows that they're going out there unless they're just scrolling Netflix and they're just doom scrolling and they're bored and like, we'll try this. Well, now why does that happen? They just don't have enough of a budget. They don't have enough time for everything that they're doing. VeVe has the same issue here on VeVe Comics. I did not, and I follow I have notifications set every time VeVe posts on Twitter Facebook, Instagram, same thing with VeVe Comics. There was no post about Garbage Pail Kids or Mars Attacks. Now, for Garbage Pail Kids, I know clearly they didn't need to advertise it to sell out because it sold out. I like to think because of my show yesterday. But why I think they still should have was because if you're just, again, scrolling on doom scrolling on Twitter or whatever, or YouTube, whatever, and then you have somebody else talking about Garbage Pail Kids, oh shit, I had no idea that was on VeVe. It's through Dynamite Comics, so it's theirs. It's not VeVe's IP. Obviously, VeVe, unfortunately, outside of their like Comey logos and the VeVe logos, they don't have any of their own IP. I really wish they would. Maybe they'll buy one day. And I mean, I've been talking about that for years. Raise a bunch of money, buy all these companies, gain their IP. Anyway, on the idea that they have a very limited, because like they come out with what, like 20 or 30 books every week, you know, on VeVe Comics. You can't advertise all of them, but for Garbage Pail Kids, I probably would have. Again, they clearly didn't need to. It sold out anyway, but I think that is a little bit of a flex to have that IP. And for Mars Attacks, I'm just salty because that's like my favorite. That's probably one of my favorite movies, like from the 90s. 90s was a bad time for movies. Movies were not good. Movies just sucked for the most part in the 90s. They sucked. We knew they were going to suck. We went and saw them anyway. You have your classics. Obviously, you have like The Mask and Space Jam and Shawshank Redemption, and like you have good movies, but the majority of them sucked. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to go over that real quick. Now, where was I? Ben Rose has more amazing VeVe official community creativity powering the VeVeverse. Laying down oh, okay. Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick says President Trump's goal is to eliminate taxes for anyone earning less than $150,000 a year. Good for you, Trump. Good for you. Wes, thanks for being a member. Saying David should find a new CEO for Omi if he is too busy to talk about Omi. That'd be pretty retarded because, again, that is David's creation. Nobody is going to work harder for the token, which, again, he's actively working on it. But just because you don't like the way he's working on it does not mean that he should just hire someone else. Again, really retarded. To pay somebody the salary of a CEO so they could talk about the token when Foster can do it for much less. Like, again, lot of retarding going on there. Anyway, you have KC BMW saying, VeVe official, is it true that you won't honor the gold ticket redemption anymore? No expiration date in the article, and it says that they may be used in future events. I have a logo and never redeemed one. VeVe says the ticket redemptions were specifically for entrance into New York Comic-Con kickoff party at Musica in New York City during New York Comic-Con 2024 only. Please stay tuned for future announcements in regards to events, redemptions, and parties. To me, this kind of makes it look like they're not, like those gold tickets are not going to be used in the future, even though in the past they said they would. You know, we'll see. IWD, Women X VeVe says IWD challenge art. Show us your favorite VeVe collectible designed by a woman artist or featuring an iconic female character. International Women's Day, that's what that was. One lucky participant will win a promo code from the latest Pisha Sippy drop. Enter, reply with a pic, and tell us why it's special to you, and tag a friend by Friday on Pi Day at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is 1 a.m. Eastern. Ben Rose had posted, Gotta Be Karina by Matt Gondek. I did not know that was a gal, but I guess it is because she's such a badass. Ben. Language. Sorry. Stephen Duarte says, I'm hitting level 100 on my VeVe official birthday. Stay tuned. Oh, that's what you said before. Language is offensive. I know. Sometimes Oz King says, congratulations, level 100 milestone. Stephen Duarte, inspirational. Congratulations. Yeah. On this date 6 years ago, I took a photo with a lion statue. Actually, that's a tiger statue next to a lion. Where is it? I think this is in Austria. Yes, this is definitely Austria. Wanted. Oh, my bays. Oh, I had this is a photo with me and some of my bays over in Kuwait. The fan art that I receive sometimes is absolutely hilarious, and they should keep that shit up. UK business, understood. Volkswagen. Silent Hill. All right, President Trump's family is in talks to acquire stake in Binance, or Binance US anyway. So this is CZ has been pleading for Trump to give him a pardon, and I feel like Trump would be like, "We'll give you a pardon, but you just got to sell us a stake of Binance US for a really nice price." Love the way he does business. 1.5 trillion dollar Franklin Templeton files for spot XRP ETF with CBOE. At some point yesterday, Deie had hosted a space with Tauntcoin and IBC Group for an exclusive discussion. President Trump says the U.S. has a stupid trade, not a free trade. The entire world is ripping us off. Fair point. And DOJ is investigating the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund, $27 billion Biden-era program that sent $20 billion to just 8 nonprofit groups, many tied to Obama and Biden officials, just weeks before Trump took office. Most of the money rushed into Citibank accounts after Kamala lost the election, with zero oversight and no repayment requirements. The group, some formed only months before the grants, are packed with Democratic donors and ex-administration officials. Trump's EPA administrator Lee Zeldin is now trying to claw back the funds, but contacts contain a trigger clause designed to release the money if Trump's team intervenes. Even watchdogs warn this was always a slush fund. Source: the Free Press. Egg prices in the United States hit a new 3-month low. Very excited about that. Leverage X by Javisphere says, we're excited to welcome Crappy Bird Base as a bronze sponsor of the Leverage X trading competition on Based Elnin. More than just a meme, Crappy Bird is a community-driven project bringing fun and engagement to the Base ecosystem. I'll link to that contract address down below. Oh, my friend. I don't know if I should go over this. Probably shouldn't. Anyway, moving on. Marsan, the Devi exchange will be like a BNB price soon. I mean, you mean like the market cap? Damn, Devi be up 29% today. Not bad. Not bad. But do you mean like BNB's market? There's no way they're gonna get to BNB's market cap right away. It's $86 billion. Hold on. 880. That's literally 1,000x from here. And I'm not saying we can't do that, but that would just be wild and crazy. Maybe if you mean that we could just get up to the BNB price of $590, that's also insane. So no. Well, actually, that's less than 1,000x, right? $6.60, 600. Oh, sorry, 7. Yeah, so that's less than 1,000. Either way, yeah, bananas. Ginferno says howdy. Nate says what? What? Oh, is it not the first Mars Attacks comic though? Let's go on VeVe. Let's see something here. Let's go to Mars. Planet Mars Attacks #1. I mean, it says Mars Attacks #1, first one of the series. Well, at least this run. There might have been another Mars Attacks comic that was a different run. Ooh, the secret rare is 200 doll hairs. 209 doll hair. Very nice, very nice. 90s movies are the best. Okay, all right. Listen. There are dozens, if not more movies than that of the 90s that are incredible. They're nostalgic. But I saw a lot of those movies in the 90s in the theaters, and they were just not good. Good point about CEO comment. Cheers, mate. Live says, where will you start taking profits in Devi? That's hard. Hard because I even told a friend I have such bad like PTSD from the last bull market where I did not take any profits that I will likely miss out on hundreds of thousands of dollars this bull market because I'm taking profits out of things too early. I'll probably take some profit on Deie when it reaches like $5. And then at 10 and 15 and $20. And I'm not gonna lie, by $20, which is like a 20 something X from here, probably take most of the profits out. I'll leave a moon bag for sure, but by that point, yeah. Stephen Duarte just did it. Level 100. Stephen Duarte did it. The Mad Lad did it. Ben Rose says, "That's what's up, baby." That. Let me give him some hearts because oh god, what the heck happened? Oh god, what the heck happened? All right, giving my man some hearts here. Hold on. Giving him a heart attack, tack. You wanna know right now? Sorry. But yeah, I'll probably take my first profit of it at probably $5. And then some at 10, some at 15, and a lot of the rest at 20. And then I think that we can go to $80 to $100. But I think that we have one pump when we get announced what our partnership is. They could announce that tomorrow. I think they'll announce it in Paris. It's next month. Paris blockchain is literally 1, 2, 3, like less than 4 weeks away. Almost to the day, like 4 weeks. So I think by then you probably have till then to buy. I think and again, they could announce the partnership tomorrow, or they could not announce it until a few weeks before the exchange launches. The exchange launching might not happen until like late this year, if not early next year. And they might not announce the partnership on who it is until like a few weeks before then. But assuming that the partnership is announced within the next couple of months, I say we have one pump anywhere between, I'm guessing like $5 and $15 is going to be that initial pump. And then we'll probably trade sideways, if not down, sideways for a while. And then when the exchange actually launches, hopefully later this year, then we get another pump from that, and which will probably take us to like the $80 to $100 range. And again, I don't necessarily, I could be wrong on that. All of the pump, it could be front end. Investors could shoot their load at this first pump, and we can go to like $50 right away. I hope it happens. But I don't think that just the announcement takes us that far. And again, the goal is, what are we at, 70 something cents? Take a look here. 29%. All right, so let's round it. We're at 74.81. Let's round it up to 75 cents. A 20x brings us to $15, which brings us to 630, $1.26 billion market cap. That's fair. But at a 20x from here, I'm going to likely, I'm trying to think of how much I could have at that point. I don't know. How many tokens do I have? What do we got here? Yeah. At 20x from here, depending on what OMI's at, I can get 1 billion OMI. I have more than 20,000 tokens, less than 30,000 tokens. That's me personally. The network has quite an insane amount. The network has an insane amount of tokens. And I'll get more as long as the price stays below $1. As the price stays below $1, I'll probably get more next month. Probably the first week, that first week of April, I see myself getting more. Yeah, that'd be nice. So we'll see. I don't know how much I can get these next few weeks. We'll talk about it. But I think in that first week of April I can get a little more. I get a couple thousand. I don't know. We'll see. Partnership announcement could also be a sell the news event. The partner isn't as big as the hype suggests. Nasdaq, New York Stock Exchange, Robinhood. Yeah, you're right. It 100% could. It 100% could. Well, we shall see. And if that's the case, then I will never get a billion OMI. If that's the case, I will. I don't know, but it's just the beginning. Oh, my man. Didn't we partner with Viz Media? They did, and we don't have Ruby. I really want to get Ruby. Can we get Ruby, please? RWBY. R is in Romeo, W is in Whiskey, B is in Bravo, Y is in Yankee. And chaos on the chains, just be doing stuff all the time. Good on them. Good at chaos on the chains. And maybe they'll somehow be incorporated in the DACAT comic. Oh, I talked about that before. It's fine. All right, where else was I at here? Let's go. Let's keep going to the rest of the news. Speaking of chaos on the chains, they have a game update. Chaos on the Chains weekly update. This week has been an intense ride as we push forward with Chaos on the Chains, and here's what's been happening. King Leonidas and 300 have been deep in development on this epic faction, bringing the story and abilities to life. Expect a powerful and strategic force inspired by history, but adapted for the chaos of our world. New logo and branding. Fresh identity is coming. Finalizing a new logo and branding that better reflects the game's evolution, merging its blockchain, strategy, and AR-driven gameplay into a bold, unforgettable visual identity. Beta version incoming mid-April. That is 1 month from today, give or take a few days. The Chaos Beta is on track for release. The first taste will be PvP, Hero Collection, map exploration, and real-world interactions powered by GPS and AR. Get ready to battle, conquer, and strategize in a world where every location is a battlefield. Why does love always feel like a battlefield? The hype is real. Stay tuned for more details as we get closer to launch. Hashtag Chaos on the Chain. That's great. There's stuff that I want to go over. But I can't. Eliza says we need manga in VeVe Comics like soon. Seeing people read them on the bus. My guy, you are preaching to the choir. In their business update today, I don't have it on this phone. David had a little kid Goku statue. I believe we have Dragon Ball Z. Having a little Goku statue right in the back right. I don't know if he's powering up his Kamehameha wave, but it looks to me like we have it. Or at least they're in final discussions. The tease is real. It's very real. It's real. Good times. Anywho, let's keep on going here. Can't go over that or that. The remaining supply of Marvel's Captain America number 25 is set to burn from the VeVe store. Well, actually, that burned yesterday. Awesome. Rip, you cannot get that. Captain America number 25, done, burned. Fishes is coming out with a Fishes gold logo. I think. There's definitely nothing, most likely. That does look really similar to the Nintendo logo that came out from like Mario Kart 64. Could be different, bro. Look at the quality of this freaking collectible. Like that is amazing. Just good stuff all around. Here's what the Deie exchange might look like. It was a tease that was given the other day. Deleted. There's going to be There's going to be larger announcements coming from Debbie, and again, their article today was amazing, but there'll be a lot of. I do not have a VeVeverse. When VeVeverse Mobile comes out in 2 weeks, then I will go in there, and then you will see my VeVeverse. MarketSmart wrote an article saying the digital age is fantastically transforming how brands like McDonald's and Marvel engage fans, shifting from traditional advertising to interactive co-creative experiences like the first ever metaverse. Ben Rose's outstanding piece by MarketSmart, definitely worth a read. Regalado says, I believe there's an 80% chance David has another Blackpink moment up his sleeves. This time they learn from Blackpink with whatever the IP may be. A guy with black hair that turns yellow. Ha 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 ha. Hey, where does a general keep his armies? Up his sleeves. That's the most ridiculous dad joke I ever heard in the military. It was great. Moving on. Ooh, very good. Arcturus yesterday. I think he was here before, wasn't he? Arcturus? Maybe he wasn't. Maybe I'm tripping. Oh yeah. Yesterday says the strongest always working affiliate for VeVe collectibles is OMI. That is how me and my friends found VeVe and how I have 28 secret rare black pennybacks. That is nuts. The affiliate program is rolling out next week. That will be great. I cannot wait for it. When will it roll out next week? I don't know. Could be Monday, could be Friday, but it is coming out next week. And I can't wait. I'm so excited. California Comics hit number 69, ultra rare Garbage Pail Kids. Good for him. No confirmation yet, but I have asked Nancy Mace to come on the podcast. We were friendly years ago, and I believe that, I mean, she's obviously been very busy, but I think that the good shot taking this relationship to the next level. We're not dating or anything. It's just, I mean, friendship. And her coming on the podcast would be a great step. Tom Anderson says tokenization is going to be orders of magnitude bigger than the current size of the crypto market. So there are going to be lots of competitors and lots of projects announcing all sorts of stuff. But I'm confident of our competitive advantages and our marketing plans, coming up detailing progress with partners, team, and tech. Trump's World Liberty Financial has completed the sale of its token, raising a total of $550 million. Said it would be paid in cash, right, for the affiliate program? I have no idea. I hope so. I hope so. I think that would be really... I know shouldn't bite the hand that feeds you. But if they go in and they try to say, like, yeah, you get gems. Okay, what if I want to cash out? We take 10% back. They really should give you the option of cash. If you want cash, give you cash. If you want gems, give you gems. You want OMI? Should get some OMI. I don't think they'll do that. But I mean, that would be a nice way for VeVe to not have to dip into their war chest. They could just give out OMI from their business development wallet. But what you would really want to do is probably give them cash and in hopes that they buy OMI and create buy pressure for the token, instead of people going like, yeah, we'll take OMI, and then they sell it, putting sell pressure on the token. This could be a good, take a picture of that. I really hope, I don't know. I really hope there's options. I will not feel great if I just get gems, because then it's, you know, my friend of mine who's no longer with us, this is her mom and Elvis. I can't prove it, but I think that my friend may or may not have been an illegitimate love child of Elvis. R.I.P. to both. Good times. David Yu has reposted the Go Collect article that I think MarketSmart has gone on and mentioned. David Yu talking about shark plus duck equals, it says it's Jeff, with Jeff the Land Shark. Love that. David Post, happy first anniversary, VeVe Comics. A huge shout out to everyone who's been part of the amazing journey. Fax Comics are a fantastic way to dive into new worlds, experience unforgettable stories, and connect with characters who stay with us long after we turn this page. Here's to another year of incredible adventures, stunning art, and endless imagination. Keep reading, keep exploring, and keep celebrating the magic of comics. Yeah, agreed, sir. I had something that I was gonna say. I completely forget what it was. Fantastic way to dive into a new world. Yeah. Hopefully DACAT is one of those things that people fall in love with. I cannot wait. Let's go continue on here. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Something about Jeff the Land Shark. VeVe Comics. We'll see. Friendo. Oh, I don't know how to explain this. I'll tell you though. So with the Debbie exchange, they're going to have referral programs for key opinion leaders, where if you go on, and again, the reason why you would want to go on the Debbie exchange is because you can custody it on there and not custody it on there. What I mean is that you can trade on there and they don't take custody of your stuff. You have custody of your stuff while you trade on that exchange. It does not pass through their hands. It is the safest way in order to do it. Everyone will want to trade on there, and I'm a key opinion leader. I'm an affiliate. I'll have a code. I will ask all of y'all if you want to trade stuff on there. I bet you Omi's going to be on there at some point. To use my code, I'll let you know when I get one. But it's going to be really exciting. So as I disseminate news for Devi and break that down, you can be damn sure I will be 100% going on and talking about, oh, hey, yeah, really looking forward for Omi to get on the Devi exchange. Be like, hey, I wonder how much you need to get on the Devi exchange, because DACAT is going to have a lot of fun IP and a lot of fun trading in the future as well. Can blockchain be safer? 100x yes, and Devi is making it happen. In our latest video, Austin breaks down how Devi exchange, is revolutionizing security and efficiency in crypto. That did premiere yesterday. Crypto.com obtains regulatory license to offer crypto futures and perpetual to institutions and qualified investors in Dubai. Buddy of mine hit 100 million OMI finally. Good for him. Definitely excited to be involved. Safe stuff. And I think that'll be it for today. We have 3 days out of the last, from the March 3rd to March 12th, there were 3 days that we had over 1,000 users on the VeVe app. 2 of those days there was no data for, so it's possible that one of those other days, maybe 2 of them had that, but we'll see. A ton of secondary market volume on March 6th, and not a ton anywhere else. Yeah, I can't believe Garbage Pail Kids it sold out really quickly. U.S. court allows 3AC to expand FTX claim to $1.5 billion. FTX argues reorganization plan at risk. Bitcoin open interest on both sexes and CME is back to pre-election levels. Also, the future basis on both sexes, CME is back to pre-ETF levels. And REX launches Bitcoin corporate treasury convertible bond ETF. Very nice. The release they had this morning, as per Tom, is for our community. It's not the big announcement for the future, given that there have been rumors and there is a lot of speculation, much of which is wrong. We wanted to give the community some more facts. Normally we would just wait, but people in the community have been impatient and we accidentally let it slip that an agreement was already signed. So we thought this additional information was warranted. All of that said, there is more. There are other important concepts we're leading up to as well, irrespective of the timing of this one partnership announcement. Thought that was great. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Everyone comment, like, and subscribe. Comments good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Deie. Bye-bye, Deie. Come at me and you'll see. I'm more than meets the eye.